Okay, there we go. So we are recording, and this is our first call for our coach apprenticeship group. I'm excited to do it this way. We've done coach apprenticeship groups for a while now, but this is the first time we're trying it in this format, which we're going to try and give a lot of information on these calls, and then we'll also post in the group, and we'll use the group for questions and little assignments and little extra things, but we'll try and do most of what we're doing here on these calls. So I'm excited to give this a try and certainly welcome everybody's feedback, including about days and times that may work best so that we can get the most people on here, because I think that will work best. The more people we can get on and questions and all. So anyway, so my plan for tonight is just to do some introductions about who I am and what we're doing and all that kind of stuff, and who else is on our team here and who else will be leading some calls. And then I'm going to just do, I have a little PowerPoint thing to do with you all that sometimes we do for people who are interested in coaching, but I know that not everybody has seen it, and I just kind of want to make sure we all start in the same place. So we'll go through that. And then I want to introduce you to the back office and some of the technical videos that will help everybody in the beginning kind of navigate your way through your websites and all that kind of stuff. And then I just want to kind of wrap it up with some of the things that are coming up, and some of the things that we can kind of have be your assignments before the next call. And then I'll also post those to the group so you don't forget what they are, and you can check there too. So let me just start with introductions. I'm Kathleen, and I am a Star Diamond coach on our team. And we are actually, Inspiration Nation is actually a combined team with myself and the other diamonds on our team. Jen, who's on this call, is actually a Star qualifying diamond coach now, which is awesome. And Terry is a diamond coach, and Nadine is a diamond coach, and Natalie's a brand spanking new diamond coach. So we will all be helping to lead this team, and some of the other calls will be led by some of the other coaches. But we're all here to support all of you get started with your businesses, answer questions, help you point you to great resources and all that good stuff. So ask questions. There's tons of people that can help out with any and all of those things, including your whoever invited you to be a coach, your personally sponsored coach as well. If that's not one of us, certainly ask them also. Okay, so I'm gonna do a screen share here with you all, and hopefully this will work. And it's going to be the PowerPoint thing. So here we go. Let me see if I can do this. All right. Can you see that on your screen? Yes, I hope so. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Does that work? No. Where did it go now? Control C. Okay, wait, hang on one second. That wasn't what I wanted. Why didn't it go to like the... Is that not what I want? No. Well, we might go with the things on the side there if I can't figure this out.
Oh, you want like slideshow?
Yeah. Where is that? Am I crazy?
No, I don't see it either.
Well, you guys can imagine those little ones on the side aren't there. We'll just keep going. Wait, where is it? So funny. Let me just try one last thing here.
You see in the top right corner it says present? Is that it?
Top right corner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just had to move the other way. Present. Oh, look at you. Nice. All right. So this is a great picture of a whole bunch of coaches who went to Summit this past July. And we are all a part of, as we go here, we'll learn more about the structure of network marketing and how this all works. But the bottom line is that we as a group are part of something called the Dream Team, which is under Melanie Mitro. And she is actually the #1 coach in Beachbody right now. There's over 200,000. There's over 200,000 coaches. And she is currently #1. And then also, we are part of Royal Republic, which is my direct coach and Jen's direct coach, and Alyssa Shoemaker heads that team, and she's actually currently #8 in the whole company. So we have a very strong upline of leaders who can help us in a lot of ways, including just point us to great resources and great trainings. And they make themselves available in great ways. They have groups for people. There's going to be some wonderful groups coming up in October for people that are looking to push for rank and push for business, and we'll get to all that stuff. But just know that you're a part of a huge team of coaches who are all moving their business forward. And it's not totally important to understand rank at this point, but just know that it doesn't necessarily mean that we sell the most, but it means that we are, that there's a great way that we duplicate what we do, which is why we have these great trainings like this coach apprenticeship group. And it's really cool to be a part of something big and a part of a great community. And our team is amazing. Our Inspiration Nation team is amazing because we're just so supportive, and we're really like a family with each other, which is awesome. Okay, so this is a little bit more about me. So I'm a startup and coach on this team. I am a wife and a mom of these 3 boys here. Wait, I'm just going to move us down there so you can see Cameron. I have my master's in social work, and before I was a Beachbody coach, I worked in oncology, and I worked with people living with cancer. I did support groups and stuff like that, and kind of my story on how I got involved with Beachbody. So after I had Cameron, months and months after I had Cameron, I was still struggling to fit into my pants, and I was still actually wearing maternity pants, which was made very clear to me when a friend of mine who was pregnant, I wanted to give her my clothes, and I realized, because we knew we were done, and I realized I was still wearing some of the pants from maternity clothes, and I thought, this is crazy, and I didn't want to buy a whole new wardrobe. It was really frustrating. So I started running to get back in shape, and I saw a little bit of change. Was able to give her the pants, but I was still struggling to button my own pants, and it was affecting many other things, being so unhappy with myself, and kind of in lots of ways, but one being the way I looked and felt. So anyway, so I was kind of following my coach Alyssa on Facebook, and she was also a mom of 3 kids, and somehow she was able to fit in exercising. And so eventually, after a few months, I joined my first online group, and it was a clean eating and Shakeology group. I wasn't interested at the time in any of the workout programs because I was training for a half marathon, and I just didn't want to add any more of that to my routine. But I did know that I needed to do something about my eating habits, and I knew that was part of my issue. So anyway, so I joined the Clean Eating and Shakeology, a 30-day group, and it really hit home for me. I learned so much, and Shakeology, I was sold on it by the end of the group because it really changed the way I felt about my body, and I was losing weight steadily at that point, and it helped me break through my plateau. And the Shakeology, the more I learned about it, the more I loved it, and we'll probably have a whole call, or at least part of a call, on that and why it's an amazing product. But anyway, after that, and after my running event, I wanted to keep going with the challenge groups. I love them. Around that time, T25 came out, and I did that one. And I've also done P90X3, the 21-day fix, PIO. And I just, the more I do, the more I love it. And it's just an amazing thing. The challenge groups also, I don't know if everybody's been a part of one. I know some people are entering into this coaching thing without really having done that, and others have been through challenge groups. But if you don't know what those are, we'll certainly talk more about them as well. But they're online accountability and support groups. And that part of it, for me, coming from a social work background and having some experience leading support groups, being a part of groups like that, like, there's just really something about being around a community of people who get it, who understand what you're going through, who you can rely on when you're having a not so great day, or who can help build you up when you're having an amazing day. That piece of it really speaks to me, because I think there's just something about surrounding yourself with people who have similar goals. And it's not only true with our health and fitness goals, but it's also true with our coaching and business goals. And that's why these groups are amazing. And being a part of a coaching group is amazing, because it's like all of us pushing each other to get to the next level, and depend on each other, and share resources. So the other thing for me was that I was in this oncology social work job, and I just was feeling some burnout. I had seen some families through death. I worked with a lot of kids and young moms, and some that really hit home for me. And so I knew that I wanted to live a different way, and I wanted to find a different way to work, and this just kind of happened to fall into place for me. I read the 4-Hour Work Week. If any of you have any interest in reading it, it's an amazing book. Just kind of speaks to this idea of working in a non-traditional way and living life in an amazing way. So anyway, so I really saw the potential in Beachbody and in coaching. And so I took a leap of faith, and in September of last year, I resigned from my social work job so that I could focus on Beachbody and be at home with my 3 boys. My oldest started kindergarten last year, so he's starting first grade this year, but it was half day, and I really wanted to be there when he came home and walk him to the bus stop and all that stuff. And this job has really allowed me to do that, which is absolutely amazing. That there's that kind of potential in a job like this. Okay, let's see here. There we go. So let me move away from talking about myself for a minute to talk about Beachbody. If you don't know, the mission of Beachbody is to help people achieve their goals and lead healthy and fulfilling lives, which is, I mean, to me, like as a social worker, as a person who wants to help other people, it's just kind of my nature, it's kind of my calling. This just is an amazing mission, because it's not just about helping people find great workout programs or even find Shakeology. It's really about helping figure out what their goals are and helping them see those through. And in that way, I think we're so much more than like a traditional, what you might think of as a health and fitness coach. I mean, I think of it as we're really helping people with their whole lives. And I know that that's true for myself. I mean, I know for me, Beachbody is about way more than just, kind of being accountable for my own fitness goals, but it's also about, kind of seeing life in a different way and reaching for something bigger than I thought I could ever achieve with my social work background. So anyway, so I think that's amazing. And I think it's just that speaks so much to what kind of company this is. But then, okay, so the technical stuff's founded in 1998. It started out as a direct marketing company. And you may have seen or may see now that the infomercials. And they started out with Insanity and P90X. And they started out with really the extreme fitness programs. And then they also have all these other kinds of programs that you may or may not know about. Slim and Six is a beginner program. Body Beast is all about muscle mass, and the 21-Day Fix is brand new this year, came out in February. It's really a jump start. You probably have heard of T25, which is 25 minutes a day workout. And anyway, there's just on and on. They really have done an amazing job of finding workouts that can fit for pretty much every lifestyle and every person out there. So we'll talk more about how you can learn about all these programs, because it will be important for you when you're talking to potential customers to be able to hear their goals and match them to a program that will work for them. I'm going to move us over here. There we go. So anyway, so we'll teach you about that and how you don't have to do every program. You don't have to buy every program yourself, but it is important to get some idea of what they all are and how they work and who they're good for. And that's something you can also always ask in our coach networks, because there's probably somebody out there that's done each of these programs. And you can ask also, like if you know somebody's goals, just ask the other coaches in the group, hey, this person has this interest and this background and so on, and we can certainly help point you in the right direction. But anyway, so Beachbody was a direct marketing company, which means they pretty much exclusively did these infomercials, and they were marketing directly to the customers. But then in 2007, what they started realizing was that some of their best customers were their best promoters of the products, and some people were just naturally seeing these amazing results, and they were just naturally talking about them. And they thought, why not reward these people, these customers, with with what they're doing by having them become coaches. So they opened up this network marketing side of Beachbody, which is called Team Beachbody. And we'll talk more about what network marketing is if you're not familiar with that as we progress through this coach apprenticeship group. But essentially, if you watch that video I posted, it's about 7 minutes. Essentially, it's about the power, instead of putting these products on the shelves at your local store, your local whatever, Target or Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever, they give all of the power to the coaches to be the ones that are actually selling. And then we earn money through commissions and through team sales, which we'll talk more and more about because that's something important for you to understand. Let's see here. Oh, I lost us. There we go. There. Okay. So what is and isn't a coach? So you may or may not, the person that invited you here may or may not have already talked about this, but it's important to understand. So we are collectively not necessarily fitness and nutrition experts. I mean, you certainly could be, but I'm not. I don't know very many people on our team who actually entered into coaching as an expert. And we certainly you don't need to be at your fitness goals. You can be a work in progress, and we certainly encourage that even. And that even happens to be somebody who is a work in progress tends to be even more relatable than somebody who's already at their goal. It tends to be somebody who other people can say, hey, I want to jump on the journey with you. So you don't have to be at your fitness goals necessarily. You just kind of have to be working toward them. And you don't need to be experienced in sales. I know I certainly wasn't with the social work background. I even shied away from any of that stuff. I worked for a nonprofit and was far, far from sales. But what we do hope that you are as a coach is that you're passionate and dedicated, committed to being proof that the products work. So committed to one of the programs, and also to Shakeology because it's such an amazing product. And then just be a messenger of success stories, your own or somebody else's. I'm gonna get some water. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, I'm back, sorry. So a messenger of success stories, meaning, maybe you are already at your goal weight and you want to share other people's success stories, or whether or not you are or not, you still want to just share what other people are doing and how these programs are amazing. Okay. So here are just some success stories for you. It's just amazing to be a part of these journeys with people. So some of these are actual coaches that you'll meet in our group eventually. This is Nicole here on the left, and they all gave me permission to share, of course. Nicole on the left, she did T25 and has an amazing story. And Shannon over here all the way on the right, she has an amazing story as well. Started with T25, has now done a bunch of other programs, P90X3, I think she did the 21-day fix and all that. But anyway, it's just amazing. And this one in the middle is our P90X3 initial group, the very first group that did that program, and just saw some amazing results. And all of these people were part of challenge groups. They all committed to a program. They committed to Shakeology and working on their nutrition. And they all were part of amazing challenge groups where they offered support to other people and received support from us, the coaches, and their fellow challengers. And they really had amazing success stories. Let's see. There we go. These are just some of the little testimonials that are, again, just amazing to be a part of these things. And these are, what I hope all of you will look toward and find strength from when you hear these kinds of things from your own challengers. But one says, I can't express how grateful I feel. It's Saturday afternoon. Instead of feeling sluggish and tired, I have energy and feel motivated. With your help and the support of the challenge groups, I've completely changed my life. It definitely kept me motivated and accountable. The best part for me was probably all the knowledge that I gained that I may not have had. I just been on this journey, or I may not have had I just been on this journey alone. Thanks to everyone for all the shared knowledge and inspiration. Let me move us here. Thank you for helping out my family. The kids are starting to eat better too. My husband lost 5 pounds in about 4 days. He said he has really been out of control. He does the workouts every night with me after the kids go to bed, just like you suggested. It's become part of the routine. I've been wanting to live healthier for such a long time. I'm so very thankful that you're reaching out to others and changing lives. And then the last one here, the best part of the group for me was meeting all the people and really feeling like people cared whether I succeeded. One thing I learned from the group was other people are just as busy, just as successful, and letting myself give excuses only helps myself. So anyway, these have really touched my heart that I've been a part of these stories, and this is really, to me, the real reason why we're doing this. So now this question, how do I make money as a coach? And again, some of you may have already been through all this, but it's worth starting out all at the same level. So the basics of the basics are that we make 25% commission off of anything we sell. So you sell a T25 challenge pack and you get 25% commission on that. You sell Shakeology, 25% commission, any workout program, and so on. There are also bonuses that you can get with challenge packs, and we'll talk more about why challenge packs are huge in our company and why they're something that we all strive for. But you get bonuses, and challenge packs are the workout bundled with Shakeology. When they mush them together, they give you a discounted price, and they give us as coaches incentives for selling the program this way, mainly because that's how people get success. When they pair up the awesome nutrition of Shakeology with the workout program, that leads to the best success. So there's bonuses that way. There's also team bonuses that we'll talk about. That's when we talk about how you start building a team of coaches underneath you. And there are ways that you get bonuses when you start building that team. And then just so you know, you also get a 25% discount on your own purchases. So if you didn't know that already, when you order Shakeology or whatever, you get 25% off for anything that you purchase. And then there are rewards and perks about being a coach. And some of these are the things that actually hook people in sometimes. I know our coach Alyssa she tells the story that she had seen, they had a trip go across the screen of a big cruise ship, and that was what actually caught her eye, and that was what made her make the decision to be a coach. If this is something that appeals to you, these are certainly amazing perks. So there's Coach Summit coming up in Nashville in 2015. And Coach Summit is absolutely amazing. A few of us went, this is our picture here, a few of us went this past July. They do it every year. It's just a gathering of all Beachbody coaches. They have the celebrity trainers there. You get to do live workouts, and you get to hear from the top coaches how they're so successful, how they're making their businesses work. And it's just a time to kind of get refreshed and renewed about what's going on in the company, how to make this business, better for ourselves and for our coaches, and so on. It's so inspiring, and there's actually this amazing program called Success Starters. I'm going to try and there we go, move us over again. Success Starters that if you hit Success Club for your first 3 months in the business, you actually earn a free ticket to Summit next year in 2015. And we'll talk more about how you can do that and why that could be absolutely amazing. There's also the Success Club has to do with the challenge packs, and when you hit Success Club, and again, you'll hear this often, many times you'll hear it, but there's a Success Club trip to Cancun, Mexico, which you could essentially get all expenses paid, which Jen went on the Success Club trip this past year. It was a cruise, which I hear was absolutely amazing, and she can tell us more about that at some point as well. And then, the other perks and rewards. Let me move us over again. I'm sorry, we're jumping all over here. The other perks and rewards are that you get to help people through their amazing transformation stories and paths. And then, of course, for me, I had to put this on here. For me, one of the perks and rewards is that I get to be home with my munchkins and enjoy them in a way that I never could at my other job. And then I just want to go back to this idea that we are a team of coaches, and that you have this amazing group by joining this team, you have this amazing group of people who will back you up and support you. And in our Inspiration Nation, which is a little bit smaller, in the bigger groups, as we're part of these downlines of these other amazing top coaches, it's really just this network of people who you can count on, who you can ask questions of, who you can use for resources. who you can kind of follow, and we'll talk about that a bit too, about when when you're not sure what to post or how to get started. There are just this amazing group of people who you can really look to, who really kind of paved the way for us. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Amazing group of people that you can count on. Some of these things we've already talked about: what to expect, support from your coach and your team, certainly support from this group that we have already going, support from Beachbody. There's all kinds of amazing trainings that we'll point to in the back office and show you, and then we also have other trainings and events that are run by Beachbody and run by coaches. There's a Super Saturday event coming up this month that's live and amazing. This group that we have going, this Coach Basics group, we're calling it our Coach Apprenticeship group. There are team calls for Inspiration Nation. There are team calls for the Dream Team, for Republic. I mean, there's pretty much resources at your fingertips all over the place, sometimes even overwhelmingly so. I mean, there's just so much out there. And then our Facebook group, our small Facebook group, and the bigger ones as well. Here we go. So, so you've already signed up as a coach. I believe everybody signed up in this group. But anyway, there are different options of being a coach, and it's important to kind of understand that. So being an active coach means that that you've been through this process where you either signed up by paying a $40 sign-up fee, or you've signed up with the challenge pack. You've either bought one as you were signing up, or you had previously bought one, and then you get that $40 fee waived. There's a monthly fee of $15.95 to be a coach, and that is because Beachbody takes care of so much for us that's what that covers. So it covers all of your websites that we'll talk about. So you have a website that people can order products through you. You have 3 of them actually: a general one, Team Beachbody one. You have a Shakeology one, you have an Ultimate Reset website, and we'll talk about all this. But that fee covers that, and then it also covers all the customer service that they provide for us, and all the shipping and all that stuff. So we, as you probably know, don't have stockpiles of Shakeology in our garages, or PIO, whatever programs or whatever. Beachbody houses all those things, and they ship them out for us. So that's what that fee is covering. So you do have that. The one thing that's not on here that I want to make sure everybody knows is there's a quarterly fee called a club membership, and you can opt in or out of that. It will become important for you as you advance in rank, but it's not necessarily important for you in the beginning. So we'll make sure we cover that in the calls coming up too, because I don't want anybody paying that if it's not worth paying it in the beginning. It will become worth it as you advance to the first rank, which is Emerald, but it's not necessarily important now. Some people sign up as what we call discount coaches. Some people call it preferred customer or silent coach, and that means that they might not want to necessarily run this as a business, but instead just want a discount on their products, and that's totally acceptable, totally fine. Some people start out as discount coaches and then later decide they want to be an active coach. Whatever people want to do, it's all acceptable and wonderful and all that. There also, I don't know if there's any military people on the call, but there's also a military discount where anybody who's active military or has an active spouse as military, they don't have to pay these fees. Beachbody really respects and honors the military and wants to make sure that they know how much we appreciate them, so they take away the fees for them. And on we go. So these are just some amazing quotes that I love to mention. So surrounding yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. I mean, I think that it doesn't get too much better than our groups where there are just people around you who, I mean, I know I never experienced that in any of my other workplaces. The people that just want to see everyone succeed. It's pretty amazing. And I just want to congratulate you all already on the decision to try this out. I think, and I hope that you'll find it as amazing as the rest of us have found it as coaches. And how important it is to love what you do, as Steve Jobs is saying here. And then this one here, that as we work to create light for others, we naturally light our own way. So I mean, I certainly have found that true for myself. As I'm helping other people on their journeys, then it's really helping me overall, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so this last one's just a little bit about, dreaming a bit about what can becoming a coach do for you. Everybody has different goals, and we'll talk about those in the group. Some of you may have goals as just doing this on the side. Maybe you want to save a little bit extra for vacations coming up, or the holidays coming up, or paying for your groceries for the month or whatever. Some people may have bigger dreams like I did, to resign from my traditional job and be able to stay at home. Or bigger than that dreams, maybe you want to be the next #1 coach in the company, which would be amazing. All those things are worth thinking about and worth rethinking about the further along you get in this business and through this group. And then second, just maybe you already have in mind who you might be able to reach out to help in this. I know when I first started, I could think of 10, 20 people in right away that I thought could be amazing and that this could really benefit. And then the further along we go, we'll certainly talk more about how to help think of people and engage people and contact people. What are your goals and dreams in life and in this business? There's certainly things that we'll continue to talk about. And then last, just, are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and make it happen? Which I think you are, because you're here, which is amazing. So congrats to all of you. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna stop sharing that. Okay, for just a minute. I want to share something else with you in a minute, but let me just get back to us here 1 second. There we are. So I just want to pause for a second and see if you all had questions about any of that, that we just in the slideshow. Was there anything that was unclear at the moment, just kind of the introduction there?
Does it cost you anything to be a discount coach?
It costs you the same fees. So you would have to pay that $15.95 fee to be a discount coach. They don't distinguish between active coaches and discount coaches. But it still works out as a better deal, because if you for Shakeology, wait, hang on 1 second. I see Tina has a question, but let me finish this real quick and then I'll get to that. For Shakeology, for example, if somebody's going to be ordering that regularly, then it still works out that it's still a discount to them. So the Shakeology goes from $130 down to like $99 or something, and then they pay the $15.95 fee, so it's $116. So it's still a better deal. But yeah, you still have to pay the fees for discount coaches.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's a good question. Tina, do we have to officially label ourselves to the company? No, you do not. Definitely, you can do this however you want. You can kind of float back and forth if you want to start out as a discount coach and be an active coach and then take a step back and whatever. You can do all of those things. Beachbody, the company, doesn't really care in a very nice way. Yes, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going, and I want to do another little screen share here with you, because I wanted to show you how to get to some things in the back office that are going to be very, very helpful to you. So we're going to jump back to the screen share here, and let's see. How do I move this out of my way? Can I do that? Okay, let's try that. So here is the back office. So let me put that down. So when you go to, I'm just going to start all the way back at the beginning here. When you go to teambeachbody.com, you're going to want to sign in. So I'm already signed in, but if you're not signed in, you'll click here and sign in, and you'll put in your email and your password. And then you're going to go to this coach tab here, and then coach online office. And this is where you're going to access a whole bunch of resources. This is going to become your best friend, essentially, in the back office. And you're going to be brought to this page where there's lots of things to notice on this page initially. So there's coach breaking news here, and these are all the things that are coming up. So it's kind of good to check in, and you could see what's hot this week. This is the national wake-up call that we'll talk about as well, something that you want to tune into every week. They have a great call. It happens on Mondays mornings at 11 Eastern time, but you can do the replay anytime for the whole week. And then there's some other training things, leadership things, all that kind of stuff. So this is an important area here to notice. You'll get to know this pretty well too. This talks about your Success Club points. So right now I have 3 points. So we'll talk more about Success Club. This is where you'll find your coach ID. So this will be important for you to have written down somewhere. But if you don't know, eventually I'm sure you'll memorize it, as we all do. But this is where you find your coach ID, your rank, your qualification status, who your upline sponsor is. So if it's not me, then it'll be whoever your person is, your upline diamond coach. So for me, that's Alyssa. And then volume, which we'll talk more about, not necessarily important right now. Some alerts, if you ever have emails or new customers and stuff, we'll talk more about that as well. But the thing that I really want to get to today is this news and training, because I want to make sure that you guys can access these things. So if you click on news and training, this is the part that's really important for you all as new coaches. Then we're going to go to the Coach Training Academy, and that's where I want you guys to revisit moving forward. So in the Coach Training Academy, there are these different tools, and we'll talk about each of them. But just for today, I want you to focus on the business essentials, because I think this is really important technical things to learn in the beginning. So if you click on that, then you'll find these training videos, and you can watch them right from here. So you can watch them either through the library or through YouTube. It's the same thing, whatever you want to do. And here's where you can learn. There's something called the 7-Day Business Quick Start, which is a really helpful way to get started. So you just would click on watching it and watch either through YouTube or through the video library. And then there's another one, your profile and websites, and it's how to set things up so that you can start having people order through you as soon as possible, but also get yourself set up so that when you present it to somebody else, whether it's now or in the future, it will look like it's yours and not just a generic site. And then this talks about Team Beachbody and what that all is, and then this walks you through the back office. And these are relatively short videos, so don't be totally intimidated by there being 4 of them. I think the longest one is 10 minutes or something like that. So let's just for the sake of understanding it, let's just do one now. I think that it would be this Coach Online Office. I think that this one would be really helpful to watch. So I hope this works, but I'm just going to click on it now. We'll watch it through YouTube, and we can sort of.
Hi, coaches. This is Denise Needham, your Senior Director of Training and Field Development, and I'm going to show you how to navigate your Coach Online Office and where to go to find important business tools, training, and announcements. Let's jump right in and take a look at the homepage of the Coach Online Office. From anywhere in the Coach Online Office, you can navigate back to the homepage by clicking on the Team Beachbody logo located at the top of the page. The main navigation includes Start Here, My Websites, Sales and Marketing, My Business, My Desk, Incentives and Rewards, News and Training, and Success. On the left of the homepage, you'll see a snapshot of your current business activity, including your current rank, your active status, your upline support team, and your personal and team volume activity. This is a great place to quickly check your stats to make sure you are on target with your goals. In the lower left of the homepage, you'll find the My Alerts section. This will help you stay on top of your team and personal business activity on a regular basis. For example, if you have coaches who are at risk of going inactive, simply click on the link to view a report with their information and contact them to find out how you can help them re-engage with their Team Beachbody business. Your alerts will also help you stay organized, notifying you if you have an event or task scheduled on the Coach Online Office calendar, which you'll find under the My Desk menu. The Success Club and Personal and Team Volume Overview charts are also on the homepage. These charts give you a quick look at how you're tracking toward earning Success Club 5 and 10, and how much personal and team volume you've accumulated over a 6-week period. Under Breaking Coach News, you'll find important, timely information that will help you be successful in your business. Every Monday, the Coach Weekly Forecast is posted in Breaking Coach News. giving you an overview of what's hot for the week and what to focus your attention on. Plus, new Breaking Coach news announcements are posted throughout the week, so make sure you check in often. We all know that social media has quickly become the #1 place to share information, so make sure to connect with Team Beachbody on all of our social media channels, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our podcast. And to stay on top of all Breaking Coach news, subscribe to our RSS news feed. When you sign up for the RSS feed, you'll automatically receive email notifications whenever a new Breaking Coach news story hits the blog. The homepage is also where you'll access the video library to watch and share videos. The video library is a great resource for you to find videos to share with prospects, customers, and coaches on your team. You can find videos on products, the Beachbody Challenge, the Coach Training Academy, training webinars, events, recognition, success stories, and even recruiting videos. You'll have the opportunity to play videos from the website, email them, share them directly through Facebook or Twitter, and even add videos to your own website or blog. Now let's take a look at the Start Here menu, where every new coach should go when they first log in to the Coach Online office. In this section, a new coach will receive a welcome message from Beachbody founder and CEO Carl Daikeler and be directed to the 7-day quick start, which is the most important tool for a new coach to complete to launch their business. If you've already personalized your websites, then you're familiar with the My Website section. Here is where you'll find links to personalize your Beachbody Coach, Shakeology, and Ultimate Reset websites. If you haven't personalized your sites yet, then make sure to do so as soon as possible. You can check out the lesson on your profile and websites in the Coach Training Academy for a step-by-step guide on how to do this. Under Sales and Marketing, you'll find an extensive collection of tools to help you promote products, programs, and the coaching opportunity. Here's where you'll find business and marketing toolkits with links to email templates, product training guides, e-cards, flyers, and coach tips to reinforce best practices. If you want to run successful Beachbody Challenge groups, then make sure to check out the Beachbody Challenge group guides, which contain tons of tips and suggestions to use every step of the way from the first day of your group to the last. Additionally, under Sales and Marketing, you'll find the Team Beachbody Mall, where you can order everything we offer to support your business, from Team Beachbody business cards to signage, logo wear, sales tools, and other accessories. In addition to these great tools, you can also find Team Beachbody logos and web tools to expand your online branding and marketing. Managing the day-to-day aspects of your business is made easier in the My Business section. In this area, you can access reports on your downline coaches, your customers, your orders, your leads, and your commission checks. You can also see if you've qualified for programs like Success Club and the Leads program by clicking on My Qualification Programs. Before you enroll a new coach, make sure you go under My Preferred Placement to choose where you want to place them on your team. Until you have a better understanding of the compensation plan, we'd recommend you build your organization by balancing your first 2 new coaches on the outside legs of your business center. Since there are multiple placement options, be sure to consult with your sponsor and review the compensation plan under Coach Policies and Procedures to help determine the best way to set your placement. The EFT Management section is where you'll set up your electronic fund transfer, so your earnings get automatically transferred to your bank account. Since this is the fastest way to get your money and avoid any processing fees associated with a mailed check, don't wait to take care of this quick task. Under My Desk, you can use tools to help organize and market your business through the calendar, email, e-cards, and contact systems if you don't already have a tool to do so. The Incentives and Rewards menu is our opportunity to recognize and reward you for your incredible achievements. Here, you'll not only find an overview of the current monthly promotions created to help you build your business, you'll find complete information on Success Club, your go-to recognition and rewards program. On the recognition page, you can see which coaches are in qualification for earning rewards and find out what you need to do to qualify for our rewards programs. Our News and Training menu is your doorway to information and learning. Here, you'll find a direct link to details on the 3 vital behaviors of a Beachbody coach. If you are a new coach or have new coaches joining your organization, make sure they review the 3 Vital Behaviors section to get a better understanding of what it means to be a Beachbody coach. All new coaches, as well as existing coaches, should connect to the Coach Training Academy. The Coach Training Academy provides coaches with essential training tools to help launch, grow, and sustain a thriving business. It's your one-stop shop for learning how to be a successful coach and helps you train your new coaches so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You'll also find our events page under the News and Training menu. This is where you can find information on our annual Summit Conference, as well as our quarterly Super Saturday trainings and even events in your local area. If you're not already signed up to attend Summit, register today. Summit is Team Beachbody's biggest event of the year, where coaches get world-class training, business updates, hear about new products and programs, and receive recognition. If you plan on hosting a Super Saturday event, make sure to register your event in advance to give coaches enough time to RSVP and plan on attending. If you're going to attend a Super Saturday as a guest, check out the event listing to find a Super Saturday in your area so you don't miss out on these informative and fun events. You can also access webinar training and information on national wake-up calls from the events page, so you're always informed and up to date on what's happening in Team Beachbody. The National Wake-Up Call is every Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and will motivate you and give you new tips on how you can better build your business. It's the perfect opportunity to get you prepared for the week and off to a great start. Plus, News and Training is where you can find the Meeting Resource Center, which provides you with resources to help you host your own Team Beachbody meetings. The final menu on the navigation bar is Success. Here is where you can plug in to personal development, which is the 3rd vital behavior of being a Beachbody coach. Connect to archived coach calls, play and download personal development audios and videos, read book reviews, and get daily inspiration quotes. There's also a few quick links at the bottom of every Coach Online Office page that are very helpful. Click on Policy and Procedures to get a comprehensive document that covers everything from becoming a coach to operating a Beachbody business and more. If you've got questions, just click on FAQ to find answers. There are over 1,900 questions and answers available online to help you 24 hours a day. Think of the FAQ as your knowledge-based library built by subject matter experts with your specific needs in mind. And if you can't find what you're looking for in the FAQ, don't hesitate to ask Team Beachbody directly. We're here to support you in any way we can. Just click on Contact Us, where you'll find information for coach relations and technical support. As you take time every day to manage and grow your business, the Coach Online Office and all our communication outlets can help you. Take advantage of all the tools and information available in the Coach Online Office and enjoy seeing the results.
All right. So that's kind of just an idea of what you can expect from those videos. I think it's really helpful. Even as I've seen that one before, it's still really helpful to review it, and you know that it's there and you kind of know how to get there if you want to watch that one again. And we're going to ask that everybody get to that first, get to those first videos here in the Business Essentials this week. And again, they're pretty short. They're 10 minutes long at the most. Some are even shorter than that, I think, in this little section. But in that one, I just wanted to point out a couple of the really important things that she talked about. One is getting your EFT set up, your My EFT management, so that you make sure you set how you want to get paid. Because if you link it directly to your bank, it's direct deposit versus waiting, sometimes up to, I think I've heard people say 6 weeks for a check to come, which just really stinks. So set that up if you can. And then the other really important thing that she talked about was this right down here, the FAQs. It's so helpful to just kind of look things up as you need them. And this is really very informative, and they really, like she said, they really went to a lot of time and effort to make it easy for us to get answers ourselves before we try and find them, before we ask other people. So you can just play around with it too if you don't even have a real burning question. If you just kind of want to look something up, this is a great resource. You can even copy this and we can put it in the group too if it's helpful. And then over here is where you can contact them. You can chat with them. But what we've learned recently is that some of the customer service people are actually just using this tool. So sometimes it's, if you call, they actually are just typing in the same thing that you might have typed in yourself. So try here first before you waste your time on a phone call. But sometimes they can be helpful there as well. But this is the same tool they're using.
Hey, Kathleen,
Yeah.
one other thing about EFT management.
Yeah.
If you get a paper check, they charge you $2.75 to mail you a check.
Woo, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So all the more reason to get in there and change that.
Because you earned that $2.75, you may as well get it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they charge you $2.75 to mail you a check.
Oh, yeah, I did not know that. Good to know.
Yep.
So does anybody have questions about that first video that we watched or about how to access anything online here? I know it's kind of a lot at first, but and we can certainly keep talking about it, but any questions right off the bat here? No, okay. So let me just stop screen share here. There we go. Oh, wait. No, okay, that's from before. Okay. So the last things I just kind of wanted to end with tonight were what I would like to encourage you to do, and I'll post this in the group as well. So the first one is what we just talked about. So getting back into that back office and checking out the resources that are available to you and going through that first business essential videos and the 7-day quick start, your back office, and how to navigate through and what's back there. That would be a great thing. Again, I'll post this in the group. But the other things I would encourage you to do between now and our next call would be to go through the Inspiration Nation group. You know what, let me just do that one thing here. Let me do one more screen share with you. Because I want to make sure you can all navigate through the Facebook group. If this is your first group that you've been a part of, then you may want to have a little idea of how to navigate through there. So, so in case you, whoops, let me just put these down here. So in case you are not familiar with Facebook groups, you can favorite a group and have it appear over here on your computer on the left-hand side. So if there are groups that you want to make sure that you are getting notifications about and seeing, how you do that is you click on this little, you just hover over and click on the wheel, and then you can see these are my favorites, but I could remove them from my favorites. But all of these ones that are kind of hanging out over here on the left-hand side, I've made as my favorite group. So let me just show you that real quick. So if you don't have favorites yet, you may just have them looking like this. Then you hover over the wheel, then click on the wheel and just click add to favorites, and it will jump up and stay at the top on your left-hand side. So groups that you might want to favorite are our Inspiration Nation group. If you have a different coach than me, they might have a specific group, a different personally sponsored coach than me, they might have a group specific that they would want you to favorite as well. And then any of your challenge groups that you might be a participant in or a coach of, you'll want to favorite those. There are some other bigger groups that some people are a part of and some people are not. And if you have another bigger group, you might want to favorite one of those. So anyway, just know that tool exists. And then you can also rearrange these just by, again, hovering, making that wheel appear, and then click rearrange. And then you just drag the group. So if you want to make sure something stays at the top of if you have a lot of favorites like I do, or you want to organize your favorites, we can talk about that later. So anyway, so in Inspiration Nation, what I want to highlight for you is that there's these tabs at the top. Well, I guess first, let me just, in our cover photo here is that frequently asked questions link. If you want to click on it, you don't want to go through the Team Beachbody and then find it, blah, blah, blah. You want it. And there's also a frequently asked questions for Shakeology as well. So if you're wondering, like, can a person who's pregnant have Shakeology? That question comes up a lot. You can look it up yourself first and find the answers here to any questions that you might have. Then you can also post in the group. You could also try and call Beachbody, and then you can ask your coach. we are going to do team calls just for Inspiration Nation on the first and third Tuesday of the month at 9. So there's a call tomorrow night at 9. That's for everybody that's part of Inspiration Nation. They can get on that. And then here's the information about that wake up call, which is weekly every Monday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. But you can dial this number. I actually have it programmed into my phone, and I just call it usually when I'm in the car for they usually last about half an hour, sometimes 35 minutes. So if you know you're going to have a stretch of time, and you just get lots of great inspiration. It's often a top coach who they invite on the call, and they have the top coach give their tips about a certain topic. It's really helpful. Anyway, the other thing I want to point out here is this. These tabs here at the top of our group, but particularly this files tab. So, so this would be the other thing I would encourage you to do, is just kind of get to know our team a bit. And unfortunately, Facebook is really unhelpful in organizing things like files. And as you probably know, your personal messages with people, there's no way to really organize them. So we just do our best. But this is whatever is the latest jumps to the top. So anyway, so just kind of go through. There are some great tools in here, like some documents that you could check out. There's personal development suggestions, blah, blah, you know, there's just a ton of things that if you have some time, just kind of peruse and maybe make a note of something that you want to either watch now or go back and find in the future. But there's some great resources here right within our group that can be very helpful. And then the same with our coach apprenticeship group. That should be another one of your favorites if you're going to favorite the groups. What we'll do is start sticking things in our files. I put that 7-day quick start in there already. You can access it here, and we'll put some more files in there. But that's just a nice, nice thing. The one other thing I want to point out, if you don't know already, is that we can, here, I'll just do it here. We can pin posts to the top of the group. And if you do that, it makes it stick to the top. So if you didn't realize already, whatever the latest post is, or whenever somebody comments on a post, it jumps to the top. So the post can get out of order, and it can be really frustrating if you're trying to find something. So if we pin a post to the top, it will stick. But if you're on your phone, the pinned post doesn't appear. You actually have to touch the words that say view pinned post so that you can see that. So just so you know that that exists. Or if you ever are, you know, the person coaching the group and you want a post to stick, that's how you do that, is pin it to the top. And I feel like there's one more thing about groups. What am I forgetting? Something about groups that we should all know. No, I can't think of it. Oh well. If I think of it, I will let you know. So that's all our groups. Or did you guys have questions about groups? Are you familiar with Facebook groups already? Maybe sort of. Awesome. Okay, so let me stop sharing. Okay, so let me just wrap up. The other things that I would highly encourage you to do is to friend everybody in our Coach Apprenticeship group, and you can also friend people in Inspiration Nation. It's just because we really want everybody to be a team, and we also want to support each other the further along we go in this business. As you're creating posts about things coming up, then we want to support you, and we want you to support other people, so that nobody feels like they're kind of posting out there and nobody's going to respond or something. So just kind of get to know each other a bit and get to know your coaches a bit, and it will be really helpful the further along we go. So there are some events that I wanted to make sure you know about. So Super Saturday, you probably heard on that video, I think I mentioned it earlier a little bit, is, let's see, on September, wait, I'm just going to put my calendar.
27th.
Thank you, 27th. It's, that is the one that's in Pittsburgh, and there are Super Saturdays all across the country. Most of them are on the 27th. There is one, I know that one of the groups, one of our coaches lives in Texas, and hers is a Super Sunday. They seem to have them on Sundays, so double check. But if you are interested in coming to the Pittsburgh one, I would certainly love to meet you in person if I haven't met you already. It's going to be at Station Square. It starts at 10, and they have scheduled it to go till 3, although it seems like they tend to not last as long as they say. But there's this one I think is going to have added trainings to it, which they don't always have. But it's really inspiring to be around other people. They also have a live workout there, which is really fun if you've never been a part of that. To just kind of be in a room full of people who are all working out together. It's super fun. But anyway, so we can help everybody find, if you're not local to Pittsburgh, we can certainly help you find your Super Saturday event, because I would highly, highly recommend going. It's just a great way to get information, be around other people who are doing this business, hear some success stories, both in coaching and in challenger success stories, and it can be really, really motivating. And then the other thing I want to tell you about is our next call. So I know that we're trying for Sunday nights, but now we're kind of realizing that might not be the best for people. So I'm going to post into the group to see what will work best for everyone. And I certainly would love your feedback about that. If you know, so I was saying at the beginning of the call, it would certainly be best if we can get more people on the call live, because I think it just is so much more motivating to hear it live and to be able to ask questions live. And then our intention was to actually have an open call midweek. If we were going to do these calls kind of at the beginning of the week, to have an open call midweek to answer any questions and go over anything that might seem confusing, or just talk about successes or whatever. So we'll kind of talk in the group about the best days and times for that. And then the very last thing I wanted to mention was there is an amazing, if you're looking for more right off the bat here, there's an amazing book that I think would be helpful to get started called Go Pro by Eric Worre. And I happen to have the audio of that book. If anybody likes listening to it, I know it was very helpful to me, especially because when I started in this business, I was still working and going back and forth to work. I had kind of a commute. So I'm more than happy to, I think the only way I can do it is private message. That I don't think I can post it in our group, but I'm more than happy to do that. It's, they're about hour-long chunks, but you can certainly, do it as short or as long as you want. But I think there's 8 of them. So in total, it's about 8 hours long. And it's so worth your time. It's such a great way to learn more about network marketing, about how this business works in general, and to hear from somebody who has been hugely successful. Eric Worre, you probably hear his name more as we go. He was not part of Beachbody. That's not where he got his success, but he certainly has been a huge success in this kind of work. The other one that's great if you're looking just for general personal development is called The Compound Effect, and Beachbody really, in general, speaks highly of this book, and the author, Darren Hardy, was actually the keynote speaker at Summit. It's also an amazing book if you're looking for something. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up and just see, are there any last questions from any of you all, or anything I forgot, Jen, that you think we should add for tonight? No? Well, thank you so much for getting on tonight. It's so great to see you.
And not unless anybody wants to ask questions about Summit and the crew, or the Success Club trip or anything like that.
Okay.
Or any questions, really.
Yeah. No questions from Tina. Awesome. So I just want to kind of give you the direction that we're going to go. I think the next call we'll talk about inviting and how to move forward with that. Sometimes that's the biggest and sometimes scariest step. So we'll talk more about that, how to get started with that. We'll go over any of the things from those business essentials that may seem confusing to anybody, but that's kind of the direction I want to go with the next call, which again, we'll try and figure out the best time. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what works best for people. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, one day that will work awesome. And we'll get it together, but we will record all the calls so you can always catch up. Although again, it would be amazing to be live, because I think it just,
Well, and plus I know that, like, even for me, that if I don't watch it live, I tend to not watch it. So
yeah,
I think
sometimes
most
it
people,
just
so
gets
that's kind of why we want to encourage you guys to watch it live as well.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it live, what are the chances that you are?
Yeah, that's so true. Unless you're like absolutely penciled in. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for getting on, and we'll talk again soon. Let's see, I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to hit stop record now.